Hello everyone and welcome to this really special Google Hangout with the Planning Commission. The 12th plan is out there. We've got the entire Planning Commission and a range of other people all joining us for a special Google Hangout so we can all try and understand what exactly the 12th plan is about. And we are going to be taking questions from all of you. Feel free to come on to the Hangout. You can tweet whatever you want to. The hashtag is hashtag 12th plan. You can send it in to me as well. I'm Vikram Chandra. My Twitter handle is @VikramChandra, and you can tweet me as well, and we'll take as many of those questions as we can and put them up. Let me start off by welcoming our really distinguished participants, beginning with the Planning Commission. And I'd like to first of all thank Dr. Montek Singh Ahluwalia, Deputy Chairman of the Planning Commission, for joining us in this really innovative, interesting way of putting this forward. Montek Singh Ahluwalia, thank you for being with us. We have Mr. B.K. Chaturvedi with us as well from the Planning Commission. Dr. Syeda Hameed is there. Professor Abhijit Sen. Dr. Narendra Jadhav is there. That's Syeda Hameed out there. Dr. Narendra Jadhav is there. Arun Maira is joining us as well. Rajiv Khullar, thank you so much for being with us. And Sindhushree, Khullar, thank you so much for joining us on the Google Hangout. We'll all be taking questions. Joining us from other locations, Sam Pitroda. It's wonderful to have you with us, Sam. It's really been your idea to come up with some of these innovative new ways of communication. Mazumdar-Shaw joining us from Bangalore. She's the CMD, of course, of Biocon Limited. A pleasure having you with us. Jagdish Bairwa is joining us, Sarpanch from the Kanpura Gram Panchayat at Ajmer in Rajasthan. Jay Panda, MP from Odisha, member of the Biju Janata Dal. Jay, thanks for joining us. We're going to be hearing your view on the plan. And Amita Bayer is also with us. He's Executive Director of the National Foundation of India. But Dr. Ahluwalia, why don't I start off with you? What was the idea behind this Google Hangout? And I believe you have a message from the Prime Minister as well.
Well, the basic idea was to reach out to as many people, especially younger people who use social media. The Prime Minister was very supportive of this idea and wanted me on his own behalf, to thank everyone who's participating. I think we do regard communication, especially with younger people, very important, and this is a useful way of getting our views on things they're interested in and maybe responses of different participants.
Sam Pitroda, let me drag you in on that note. The use of social media and hangouts like this, is this going to become really more and more crucial as we go forward?
I think social media is becoming more and more important to the government. As you know, now we are a nation of a connected billion. Not too long ago, we had 2 million telephones. Now we have 900 million telephones. We have almost 90 million active internet users, 66 million social media users. And I believe in the future, we will have millions and millions more connected to this media. This is the media for the young. And I remember a brief conversation we had, Montek and I had with Prime Minister over a lunch during Pravas Bharati Divas. We talked about this idea. And there was support from everybody.
So from Twitter, Prasoon Panthai, right here on Google+, Saurabh Jain. Both their questions are related to the same thing. It's a time of decentralization, while Google Hangouts and all and Twitter may be the new world. At the end of the day, is the Planning Commission itself and the 12th plan a bit of an anachronism? That's the question being asked. Dr. Ahluwalia, why do we still need a Planning Commission and a plan?
That's a good question, actually. People have a completely wrong idea of what the Planning Commission or planning is about. We are not doing top-down, centralized planning, deciding things for different people. There are really 3 or 4 things that the Planning Commission does. One is it sets a sort of national target and the implications of that national target. I mean, what is the growth rate we want? What will that do for income? How do we make it more inclusive? How will that affect poverty? How much energy do we need? Now, somebody has to do that. The second point is that even when sectoral targets are fixed, they're not being done by governments, nor are we giving directions to individual companies what to do. We're looking at the whole thing and we're saying in each sector, what is it that the government has to do? What is it that the private sector has to do? And in many sectors, it's the private sector that will do it all. But where the government has to do something, somebody has to be able to make sure that the resources are available. And you add up the resources that the government has to spend on all these things, and you link that up with a budget. That's what the Planning Commission does. Now, you know, this job has to be done in every country. It doesn't all have to be done in something called a planning commission. There are many different ways. In some places it's done in the Prime Minister's office. In some places the budgeting part is done in one place. The policy part is done in another place. In India, it's done in the Planning Commission. And one important difference is for India, we are the only body in the government that looks at what is needed by the states.